Hey guys, today I want to be talking about how to become better socially or to avoid being socially awkward, right? So I dive into my story quickly. I was very socially awkward for some time for some years. I was gaming and I was being too much alone, I think, and I kind of didn't get to interact enough with people my age, and yeah, I kind of fell off on that, social side. I was being very awkward. I was not talking too much. I was just kind of minding my own, sitting by the table, talking to people I knew, talking to the boys, talking to people I felt safe talking to, but not, expanding who I talk to. But I have completely changed that. I am not afraid to go up to talk to people if I actually want to. And I am not afraid if people come talk to me. I am very grounded now in how I handle these situations. I'm very grounded. I am talking very honest. I am not afraid to say who I am and what I believe, if that's where it ends up, right? So yeah, what I kind of want to learn you in this video is some fundamental techniques to handling people, and also your first impression, because that's the first thing. That's like a lot of the conversation, a lot of the interaction is won or is completed with just having a good first hand interaction, or like the first impression. So to have a good first impression, number one is smile, and that this will always be number one. If you smile, you get into a room and you're putting on a nice wide smile and you're like, hi everybody, come on, hey, hi, hello, how are you, and stuff like that. This is what this is kind of what if you see a guy walking into the room like that, and you might think he's a bit silly, but at the end of the day, you kind of like this guy. You think he seems friendly. You would not be afraid to go talk to him. He sounds like somebody that could, somebody nice and somebody who would be easy to talk to, right? So that is what a smile can do. And also, it is okay to be nervous walking into a room, but when you're nervous, you actually can tend to smile as well if you train yourself to not avoid the smile. The smile is actually coming quite naturally to most people, I think, when they feel like they have attention and they feel like people are looking at them. You get the urge to smile, and if you just let that urge go through and you not try to like hold it back or look down and like hi, and stuff like this, then try to just embrace the smile and let it out and keep your chin high and look at people. And then when you also have a smile, you can also look people in the eyes, because then they don't think you're creepy. If you actually smile while you're doing it, they will think that you are nice and this guy is looking at me and he is smiling, so this brings me positive emotions. That's what they'll feel like. They want to smile back at you, right? And this is also, yeah, this is exactly what a smile can do. As actually, when you smile at somebody, they want to smile back. And this is like if you have a dog and you come home from work, the dog is like completely freaked out, or not freaked out, but completely gassed up about you coming home, and it is running around in circles and stuff like that, because it's so happy to see you. And then naturally you will be happy to see your dog as well, because it shows so much happy, positive feelings to you, and you can't help but be happy that you have this dog, or you can't help but give a little smile or say hi to your dog or stuff like that. So that's actually what a smile does as well. It makes people feel good and they'll smile back at you. Yeah, and then also in a conversation, you want to be asking questions, but not like asking questions then they answer and then you ask another, not like interview thing, but you need to be branching your conversations, like your questions. So if you ask like, if you end up in a conversation, they're like, hey, how's it going, and stuff like that, and you start telling about how it's going, and you start with like, yeah, I'm doing good now. I'm still doing my job as a waiter, and actually the other day I met a guy. So you start telling a story about your situation, because honestly nobody wants to kind of hear the real thing. This is kind of sad as well, but that's another story. Nobody wants to hear if you're like, yeah, I haven't been hitting the gym as much as I wanted. I didn't get to make my bed when I woke up this morning, so that's also bad. And I have just broken a lot of promises to myself lately. That is not what people want to hear. They want to hear, they want to talk to you, actually. That's what they want. So you just, that's why we all tend to be like focusing on the positive and like saying, yeah, I still work as a waiter, and I am the other day here, your friend actually came across, and he is like, boom, boom, something like that, and it was very great. He said he loved the way the weather was that day, and it was actually very good as well. Like, just, I don't know, but just say something about your situation and then point it into something else that could be interesting, and just start yapping. Just talk about something. When you get asked a question, yap, and then and then end up with a question. What do you think about that? Or what do you? Because then you can talk forever. If you get asked something and you can just yap, and then and ask them a question, and then you are the guy asking questions, and then maybe they ask you a question and you can answer, but so you will never run out of things to say. But in terms of you asking questions, you want to be branching it, so you can say like, if you ask them something, if they're very closed off and they don't want to say anything, so you have to ask these questions, but not want it to be in like an interview way. Just be like, ask a question, how's it going now? And then they'll answer that, and you can be like, if they mention something they mentioned, you should ask another question about. So if they're like, I'm doing good, I just started this new job, and they don't tell you more, then you just say, oh, what's the new job about? Oh, like, that sounds exciting. What's that job about? Stuff like that, to keep the conversation going. And you branch out from the first question you ever asked was a broad one, how's it going? The next one is more specific. The next one is even more specific. And like the next one could be, what do you like about this job? Why did you go for this job? So you branch out, and then naturally it will probably end up with another broad question, or they'll ask you something. Yeah. If you don't know what to ask, then you just branch out on the conversation you're having, and you, like, with these tips I've given you, you should never run out of things to say, and you should never run out of conversation with another person. So this is how you can talk to people. And first off, remember the first-hand interaction, the first impression. Smile and be open-minded as well.